So last time we had like fun facts, and this time I brought something. It's called like Study Finds. There's a website called studyfinds.org.
Study finds.
Study Finds. So people will study about lots of things, useless things usually. Sometimes there are interesting things.
Okay.
And
Useless.
but this is something very interesting. I don't know what you guys think about it. If you ever thought about it in the first place. So number one, study finds. Researchers found evidence that people can use their intuition to make faster, more accurate, and more confident decisions. It doesn't sound right, but
It doesn't sound like useful. useless.
no, this is not useless. No, this is useless. Yeah, but I mean, this website sometimes has some.
Oh, it has some interesting.
But not the ones that I chose.
Selected.
particularly.
Okay.
Yeah.
You brought the best.
Yeah.
Train your intuition
Intuition. Yeah. And I remember
to make
this.
better decisions.
Better decisions when you need to make them quickly.
Okay.
And one example that I can give from my own experience is doing tests in school, or even entrance exams, like college and entrance exams. You have like a multiple choice. You read the question, and sometimes, at least with me, I will see the options, and immediately I'm like, maybe it's letter B, the correct one. And then I'm going to start thinking about it, maybe do some calculations if it is a math or physics kind of problem. And then it's letter C. And then when I checked the results, it was actually letter B. It happened to me like a few times.
To me too.
Yeah.
To me too.
And I saw this professor of mine in college. She was talking about this, and she put it into words what I always thought. She's like, intuition is not this sixth sense thing that people might think. It's just an accumulation of knowledge that you have, and then your brain is able to very quickly gather all that information and make a quick decision. And then that's why sometimes when you read those tests, those questions, and you have that feeling, this one is right, because it's like just your brain in the unconsciously doing the math and like giving you the result.
You sharing your story reminded me of my times in high school. Well, I would do some tests, and I was like, I think it's this one, but I don't know. And then when I went to the other answer, my second option, the first one was normally right. And it's crazy how our intuition calculates things so fast. And what interests me more actually is not in that situation, but in sports, where a single movement changes your whole performance.
That's correct.
I think that's amazing.
Exactly.
Because you have you train that. Your whole body is, optimized to perform in such a level that you can make a spontaneous reaction brilliant.
Yeah.
Do something brilliant.
And also the muscle memory.
Yeah, the
Sometimes
muscle
you're
memory.
not really thinking of what you're doing, but then
You're just in the moment, your body just acts.
does it.
Your body just acts. In dancing as well, I think it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
It makes sense.
Have you had any experience like that? Do you remember when you're coding? You use your intuition, or you can't otherwise imagine.
Man, but I think it's
close your
totally.
eyes.
A touch of genius, a comma. Right?
No, but I think that's what you said, right? I think this is something that there's one phrase, one sentence that people say about lucky. Luck comes when you're prepared. But it's something like this, right? When you're prepared, things are gonna happen because you have the knowledge and everything. When we're talking about tests, you have that information somewhere. I don't know how, and then
That's stored.
when you, I don't know. But when you meet, I think you're gonna use it about the activity, the muscle memory, and everything. So I think it's the same way. But I think, for example, maybe when we make simple decisions, for example, there's you have two places, and then there's one dark place there, one street, and then you think, hey, you know what? I'm not going there. It doesn't look good. I don't know. You don't know for sure, right? But there's actually one study, I don't know, not a study, but I watched it one day. I don't know if you guys agree or not. That we usually say that our best decisions are the ones that we think here in our minds and everything, that we calculate and everything, the pros and cons. But if we think about, usually our decisions are made based on what we feel. And then after, when we feel this, we are going to create reasons only to support our feeling. I don't know if you agree with that.
Oh, well, I think that's a tendency because we're more emotional than rational.
Yeah, of course, that's why we gotta think about our feelings, Because, for example, when you go to the gym at first, you're just thinking, hey, you know what? I just want to look good. I just want to have the feeling of look good. Just a few people think about health. I mean, and even if you think about health, it's because, oh, you know what? I want to have more time with my daughter and everything, or whatever.
Normally, health comes into reasoning for you to start doing exercise when you're in the extremes. Either you're too skinny or you're too fat, and then you see, okay, I have this necessity to work out.
Because it's not fun.
Yeah, I mean, I like working out. In gym, I like to do calisthenics.
That's much more fun.
Yeah.
Outdoor. No, man, I think I used to think
It's
that
more
it's
dynamic.
fun, but it's not fun at all. You have to use your body weight. That thing is not good at all, man.
Yeah, it is harder. I think it's harder
A
than
lot
just
harder.
going to the gym, because in the gym you can set your weight, and if you're kind of lazy that day or not feeling
I don't like
good,
using the word lazy. I prefer to say beginner.
Gym.
And then you can maybe use a lighter weight, but then calisthenics, I mean,
You can't choose.
No, but I think
You can do that.
calisthenics, man, you take a long time to progress.
yeah, but there are progressions, yeah.
Yeah, it takes a long time. In gym, it's easier.
But I think it's a more useful, and we're actually gonna maybe talk more about this later. But I think it's a more useful kind of strength, being able to handle
Carry
your
your
own
own body,
body,
yeah.
your own body weight, as opposed to
I agree.
It might be
carrying
interesting.
someone.
Yeah, it might be interesting.
Yeah.
We can discuss about it.
Gym muscles are fraud.
Just inflated.
Just inflated.